Hello students, myself Ashwini Sharma. Let's start new chapter, our environment. So students, first of all, the question is there that what is environment? So environment is the immediate surrounding that we have, in which we live, we play, we study, that is called environment. So what is the definition? That the immediate surroundings where we live is called our environment. Students, environment has two main components. First is abiotic components and second is biotic components. Abiotic components are those components which are non-living. It includes such as air, water, sunlight, temperature, etc. Whereas biotic component include all the living organisms such as bacteria, fungi, plants and animals. Next term, students, ecosystem. So what is ecosystem? Ecosystem is a stable system which run automatically. It does not need any other system. In this system, students, living organism, that is biotic components, interact with each other as well as they also interact with their non-living environment. For example, if we take our own example, we are depending on plants for our food. But beside plants, plants are biotic component. But beside plants, we need air, sunlight. So these are abiotic components. So we are not interacting with only the biotic components for our needs. We are interacting with abiotic components also. So the system in which living organisms interact with each other as well as with their abiotic environment, non-living environment, that is called ecosystem. So let us see the definition. An ecosystem is stable, self-supporting system where biotic components interact with each other as well as with their non-living environment. So living organisms are interacting with each other as well as with their non-living environment. So this is the definition of ecosystem. Natural or artificial. Artificial means man-made. In case of natural, student, if it is terrestrial, that is present on land, then its examples are grassland, deserts, forests. And if it is aquatic, then its examples are river, ponds, lakes, streams, etc. And on the other hand, if it is artificial, then in terrestrial, we can take an example of crop field, we can take an example of orchards as well as kitchen gardens or lawn. These are the examples of artificial terrestrial ecosystem. And in case of aquatic ecosystem which is artificial, then the best example is aquarium. Aquarium is an example of artificial aquatic ecosystem. So with the help of this classification, we have understood the various examples of different types of ecosystems. In ecosystem involve two main basic processes. First is cycling of materials. Cycling of material means what it involves? It involves exchange of materials between living and non-living components. For example, if one plant is there, it is taking non-living components such as carbon dioxide, water to make its own body. It grows, and when it dies, then again it is adding their non-living substances to the environment. So there is cycling of material. First plant has used non-living substances from the environment, and then plant used them for their maintenance, and after the death, all the non-living components are again added to the earth. So in this way there is a cycling of material, that is exchange of material between living and non-living components. Next process, student, flow of energy. There is flow of energy among living organisms. For example, the main source of energy on the earth is, that is, sun. So who is trapping energy from the sun? That is plants. After energy is taken by plants, it is utilized by the other organisms. So what is flow of energy? From sun to plants and plants to next other organisms. So in this way, students, ecosystem involve two main basic processes. First is cycling of materials, that is exchange of material between living and non-living components, and second, flow of energy. Flow of energy starts from sun to the plants and then to the other organisms. Now students, let's start to discuss biotic components in detail. So I have made here flowchart of biotic components classification. So biotic components can be divided into three categories, student. First is producers, second is consumers, and third is decomposers. Producers are those which can make their food themselves. They are autotrophs. Consumers are those which are depending on producers. And decomposers are those which feed on producers and consumers when they get die. So decomposers feed on dead decaying organic matter of producers and consumers. So producers, students, can also be called transducers. Producers, why we said? Because they are able to make their food themselves. And why they are called transducers? Because they are converting solar energy into chemical energy, and that energy is utilized by them for making their food. So because they are converting solar energy into chemical energy, solar plants convert solar energy into chemical energy. So that's why they are called transducers. Please remember it. And the examples are grasses, green plants. So grasses and green plants can be called producers as well as transducers. Next, student, consumers. Consumer has a very big class. So in consumers, there are many categories. First is primary consumers or herbivores. Primary consumers or herbivores are those which eat producers, which eat green plants and grasses. For example, rabbit, grasshopper, goat, these all are example of primary consumers. Next, students, secondary consumers or primary carnivores. Secondary consumers or primary carnivores are those who eat herbivores. For example, frog, fox, these are the examples of secondary consumers. Third is, student, tertiary consumers or secondary carnivores. Tertiary consumers or secondary carnivores are those who eat secondary consumers. And the example is snake. Snake is the most common example. For example, let us say grasshoppers eat grass. So grass is producer, grasshopper is herbivore. Grasshopper is eaten by the frog and frog is eaten by the snake. So frog is secondary consumer whereas snake is tertiary consumer. Then lastly, snake is eaten by eagle, students. So eagle is a quaternary consumer or top carnivores. So consumers can be classified in terms of primary, secondary, tertiary, quaternary consumers, or in terms of herbivores, primary carnivores, secondary carnivores, or top carnivores can also be classified. And last category, student, that is decomposers, and the most common example in decomposers are bacteria and fungi. So what are decomposers? Who eat on dead decaying organic matter of producers and consumers. Now students, let's talk about the role of decomposers. Decomposers play a very important role in our ecosystem. First, they decompose the dead bodies of plants and animals, thus help to keep environment clean. Suppose if decomposer will not be there, then what happened to dead bodies of animals and plants? They will remain in environment for a long time and then they will cause air pollution. So very good advantage decomposers have, very good use decomposers have, that they are helping to keep the environment clean by feeding dead decaying matter of animals and plants. Next, student, they help in cycling of the materials in the biosphere and thus playing important role in maintaining biogeochemical cycles. In 9th class, we have studied about biogeochemical cycles. So in biogeochemical cycles, if they have to run, then they need nutrients regularly. So decomposers are ensuring the cycling of the materials in the biosphere so that biochemical cycles can run easily. Next, student, they also help to maintain the fertility of the soil because they are adding lot of humus to the soil. So three main use or role of decomposers have. They are acting as a cleaning agent. Second, they are cycling the material so that they are ensuring that biogeochemical cycles run properly, and third, they also help to maintain the fertility of soil because they are adding humus to the soil. After discussion of the topics now, students, you will be able to answer the following question. First, what is environment? Environment is the immediate surrounding in which we live. Next, student, what do you mean by biotic and abiotic components? Biotic components are the living components and abiotic components are the non-living components. Next, student, what is an ecosystem? Ecosystem is stable and self-supporting system in which living organisms interact with each other as well as with their non-living environment. Then, student, write about two basic processes an ecosystem have. So, two basic processes an ecosystem have. That is, first, that is cycling of the material, which is responsible for running biogeochemical cycles, and second, student, that is flow of energy that starts from sun to plants and then to the other organisms. And lastly, student, what is the role of decomposer in our environment? Decomposers have three main roles. They are acting as a cleaning agent because they are eating dead decaying organic matter of plants and animals. Second, student, they are helping in recycling of the nutrients, and third, student, they are also helping in to increase the fertility of the soil by adding humus to the soil. So with this, student, we are going to end our this topic. Thanks.